Indonesian Ministry of Foreign Affairs has expressed deep concerns over the recent escalation of tension between India and Pakistan following India's missile strikes into Pakistan administered Kashmir.
In a statement released on social media, the ministry urged both nations to exercise maximum restraint and to resolve their differences through peaceful dialogue.
The safety of Indonesian nationals in the region is also growing concerns. The Indonesian government demography reports from the last election show that 368 citizens are listed in the New Delhi, 625 in Mumbai, 533 in Islamabad, and 179 in Karachi.
The Indonesian embassy in Islamabad has also received word that 74 Indonesian nationals live in the area directly affected by the missile strike, while the embassy in New Delhi confirmed that 11 Indonesians are currently living in Kashmir, 2 of them children. The government is keeping tab on the numbers and monitoring the situation closely. Now it is also in active coordination with both embassies to ensure the safety and welfare of citizens. And to know more about the situations, we are now connected with the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Indonesia to Republic of India, Her Excellency Ina Hagniningtyas Krisnamurthi, Indonesian Ambassador to India. Madam Ina, hi.
Selamat siang, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Madam. So, Madam Ambassador, with the tensions in Kashmir still ongoing, could you explain how the situation affects Indonesian nationals living, studying, or working in or near the region?
Okay, firstly, I would like to present the current data. So you may not know this, India is currently a destination for Indonesian citizens for living, studying, working, and also as a tourist. So the numbers continue to increase after the pandemic, and currently we have 993 Indonesians in our database. We have around 120 more Indonesian students across the country pursuing their dream from undergraduate until PhD degree. And around 57 Indonesian professionals who are also reported working across India. Around 1414 Indonesians are living in the area of what we know as Jammu and Kashmir. Currently, we closely continue to communicate with them and to know their whereabouts and where their livelihood and also logistically being safe or secure in the area. So basically, if I want to give you a perspective of geographically, from Delhi to Jammu and Kashmir, the distance is around 1,000 kilometers. And basically, it is a very challenged terrain, high mountains and hilly, and the connectivity is also not so good. The other issue is also how spread the Indonesians are in the area of Jammu Kashmir. So we have not yet sent anyone to the ground, but we know that they are all married to Indian citizens. They have family there, and they say they are currently in very safe place and they have no problem logistically, and they're still living there with their families, basically.
All right, Your Excellency, Indra is here speaking. So you mentioned it's quite hard to actually connect to the area. Now, in the event of a serious escalation, what kind of contingency or evacuation plans does the embassy have in place to protect some of the citizens or Indonesian who are already married to some Indian maybe?
Right. So out of around 993 Indonesians, Many of them living by themselves in certain states or certain union territories. So the best way to communicate with them is through social media, particularly WhatsApp. And to make our life easier, we make clusters of, for example, based on professions, based on the conditions that they are in. For example, ibu rumah tangga, with the families, with the children, or so forth. Or professionals like badminton instructors or chef or whatever. And another clusters is students. So with this kind of clusters, it's easier for us to understand what kind of visa they have and what situation they are into. Um, because if we need to help them, inshallah, we will not reach that point. It is easier for us to tell them what to do. And then it is easier for us to communicate with the authority in India as to how to reach them. Maybe you don't know this. In India, since 7th of May, we will having this mock drill in, I think, around 9 states, thousands of cities. The mock drills, it involves the electricity being shut down, people go to bunkers and all. So that kind of a clustering of communication by WhatsApp group, it makes us easier to understand the condition that they are into.
And with that, Madam, so how does the embassy navigate the need to protect Indonesian citizens while respecting India's domestic security measures? Now, especially when we consider movement restrictions or communication blackouts in conflict zones.
Okay, this is again because the situation geographically is challenging. We only depend on two things. One is the cluster that I mentioned. This cluster, usually we pick and choose people who knows the area, and they become the leader of the cluster. Our second system is depending on the, here we call them the desk of Indonesia. They have an official who deal with certain countries. And we have Desk Indonesia who deal with us, and in no time they will answer our concerns. Some days ago, we have tourists in Kashmir, for example. In minutes, the desk of Indonesia follow up and follow through our concerns with the communication with the local authorities, and then we find out where they are, and we kind of engage in a communication with the landlines and so forth. So there are two approach, which is the clustering of these Indonesian citizens, and also the best communication with the contact person in Ministry of External Affairs.
All right, Your Excellency, you mentioned some clustering. At the same time, we're wondering, has the embassy been in touch with Indian authorities or other diplomatic mission to coordinate support for Indonesia in affected area? And what kind of collaboration or rapid response mechanism are in place at the moment?
So, like I said, Ministry of External Affairs is our point of contact in many ways, and also the Armed Force of India. They are regularly brief us on what India is preparing when it comes to foreigners. And secondly, with other missions, I'm in coordination with ASEAN countries because Malaysian mission, for example, they have many diaspora and also tourists in India. So it's easy for me and my colleague from Ambassador of Malaysia to communicate and then see the best way to push, for example, the government of India and the authority of India to look after our citizens. So the cooperation, collaboration is always there, be it in the briefing rooms with the Ministry of External Affairs and also with ASEAN missions, and my communication also with some missions that is very close to the proximity, which is, for example, Bangladesh or Nepal or Bhutanese embassies.
All right, but before I let you go, you mentioned earlier point of contact. You can still use WhatsApp. Is there a number that they can reach you?
Okay, for sure. Before I give the number, I really urge everyone and all Indonesians who live who's going to visit India to kind of download the Safe Travel application. And for those Indonesians who plan to live in India, please go to the website of Peduli WNI and then put lapor diri, your data in it, so that we could observe and monitor your whereabouts. And on the hotlines, please note that we have two hotlines. Embassy of New Delhi plus 91 766 96 00082.
Plus 91766.
For the for Consulate General in Mumbai, plus 91 8108 176781. I will repeat. Embassy of Indonesia in New Delhi, plus 91 766 96 00082. Consulate General in Mumbai, plus 91 8108 176781.
All right, madam, thank you so much for spending your time here at sea today. Again, safe travel documentation for who traveling to India, Peduli WNI, and Lapor Diri is your last message for us who are going to travel
yes, please.
Into India. Again, thank you so much, madam, for your time here at sea today.
Thank you.